Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brad here, back for another editing session today. Going to be editing episode 355, 355th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. And I'm excited to dive into this one. I did a little bit of prep work this time. I think we've done this once or twice where I kind of just go live, no plan in place, and we just kind of wing the episode, see what we can do, and see how it comes out. I got to record live. I have to edit live, and we got to do it quick. We got to get in and out here. We got to actually get this thing up and posted pretty quickly, so don't distract me. Come on. I got to get this done, all right? So, but what I'm going to do is, let's see, I gotta clean off my desktop. It's all over the place here. Let's get this thing all set up and ready to go, because we're gonna, as always, we're gonna just strictly edit things as easy as possible. Not gonna go too crazy, just edit things over in GarageBand. And I do have that set up here, so there it is, boom. And I did a little prep work, like I said, and I actually got I wrote the script and everything for the episode, so I can just go ahead and record everything that I need to record for the intro and the outro. And then the bulk of the episode that you see in here is I did like some slight little fix-ups real quick, but there really isn't much to do for that. So it should be pretty much good to go as it is. So I'm excited about that. Nice and easy, plug and play. And then the outro, of course, we got to get through that outro too. Not too bad. We're looking at, around 2.5 hours of an episode. Not tonight. It shouldn't be that long of an episode tonight, but I'm getting texts all over the place. And of course, as of right now, it is the night before, what do you call it? The 4th of July. So you can't really hear the fireworks. There's been fireworks and stuff going on, and it's still, it's getting late, but that never matters. But we're going to go ahead and do this anyway. So we got the intro and the outro to record, a little bit of editing, syncing up things with the audio. Maybe I forget if you can hear the audio or not. Oh, you know what? Probably not. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think
later.
Sure. No, I guess it is going through. Okay. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So basically what I'm going to start off doing here, and if you want to ask questions or talk about anything, it's probably going to be a light night because there's probably everybody's out celebrating, doing some stuff, hanging out. It's very nice out, warm. But I'm stuck here in the studio editing some stuff. It's all good. That's what we're here for. So hopefully my voice holds up. It sounds kind of rough right now. But this is never as polished of a live stream as I usually would attempt to do. It's not usually as polished as all that, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway, see what we can do, and show you a little bit behind the scenes of what it's like to make the episodes here. So let's go ahead and make sure we're on the right channel. Yeah, let me can I bring my notes up there? Let's see. Might be easier to just bring up my notes on the iPad. That way I don't have to be using the screen. There might be some bits of silence tonight. Just bear with me, I'm just working. Let's see. All right, and if you're popping in tonight, just be sure to say hi. And, ooh, that's an interesting picture. Did I not put a picture? Yeah, whatever. All right, here's my notes. Let's move them here towards the middle. Yeah, that works. A little small, but we can get through this. Let's see. Let's make it a little bit bigger. All right. What happened to the rest of my screen? I lost my video screen here. Just bear with me. Oops, it disappeared. But there it is. All right, let's go back here. Where is it? All right, so let's go ahead and do it. I am going to record my intro. Oops, I gotta solo this out so we can't hear all the music on the podcast feed. But all right, so we are recording. All of my computer stuff is in the way. I should have probably shrunk this down, but all my video stuff is in the way, I should say. All right, here we go. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 355th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we are here to discuss all things Jurassic Park. Hopefully everybody out there is having a safe and fun 4th of July over here in the States. Hopefully everybody has gone to go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny this weekend and continues to go see it this week because this movie is awesome. I love it. I've seen it twice myself. I know a lot of people maybe have been apprehensive. I know the numbers have been pretty low, but hey, this is a Steven Spielberg project. Let's get this thing going. This is Indiana Jones, his last ride, Harrison Ford's last attempt at Indiana Jones. Let's go see this movie. Get it some money. I just really want to support it. Indiana Jones is one of my favorite things ever. But that is besides the point because we are always here to talk about Jurassic Park. And in this episode, we're going to head to the tower. We're going to boost that signal and relay all the latest news and community topics in the Jurassic Wire. Now, if this is your first time listening to the podcast or the Jurassic Wire, myself and Aaron Beyer tackle some of the most recent news and rumors surrounding the Jurassic franchise and other random topics and tangents. As always, there's plenty of those in this episode. We talk about a lot of random film and Hollywood news and conversation pieces, so stay tuned for all of that stuff, and we hope you like everything that we feature in the latest iteration of the Jurassic Wire. As always, all debates and conversations in this segment are completely our own opinions and insights from the things that we've seen in the news and around the community. Stay tuned to the beginning of the segment to hear everything that we will be discussing. Okay, well, that was the first part. Kind of, I think I nailed it on the first try, so that's a good thing. That's good to go. We'll just throw it here for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue on. What's going on, everybody? I know people are starting to slowly drop in, but it's a weird time, weird night. Editing and recording this a little bit later than I wanted to, but we were recording this for a while. So here we go. Next part. Let me just double check everything that we will be discussing. Now, before we get started, I'd like to take care of some quick business. If you did not get a chance or did not see it, over on Victoria Cantina's YouTube channel, Victoria hosted the Jurassic Social Hour this past Friday night, and Victoria was kind enough to invite myself, Ted Brothers, Chris Pugh, and we just talked about the state of Jurassic. We talked about the crowdfunding. I feel like we talked a lot about, maybe some of the things you'll hear in this episode today for the Jurassic Wire. But that is like kind of the consensus right now. Is like everybody is talking about the same things. We all want to know the same. We want to get the same answers and understand everything the same and talk about the very obvious things like the crowdfund and stuff like that from Mattel Creations. So definitely go check out Victoria Cantina's YouTube channel. I will put that link in our show notes so you can go ahead and just watch it in the on the website JurassicParkPodcast.com, or just go to Victoria's YouTube channel. It was a really, really fun conversation. We were going for a while, like hours as well. So that's just what happens when you get a few Jurassic fans together everybody just talks for hours and hours. Like and we are all really good friends. Like we're best friends out there just gabbing away about Jurassic. So definitely go check out Victoria's YouTube channel. That was really awesome. Over on our website, JurassicParkPodcast.com, the articles are kind of old news, I guess, at this point, but we did upload an article about the crowdfund for Mattel Creations, and we also uploaded an article about the San Diego Comic-Con, what is it called? Like a photo op kind of experience thing that they've got going on. I think the tickets are all gone for that anyway, but definitely check it out if you want to, see what is out there for the rest of the 30th anniversary that is continuing into, I guess, Jurassic July. That's where we are now because Jurassic June is over. We did it. We finally got through Jurassic June. Did the 30th anniversary end? We're not sure. We don't know. Nobody knows over here. But we did do a charity drive over on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much to everybody who donated to the Trevor Project. We really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much for helping out over on our YouTube channel. And speaking of that YouTube channel, over the course of the last few weeks, because we actually took some time off, after the 2 episodes that we put out for the 30th anniversary, I took a few weeks off. I'm like, let's chill for the rest of June. Worked really hard on those 2 episodes. Hopefully everybody out there really enjoyed those 30th anniversary episodes. One featuring, some people you may know from the community that host things or run websites or whatever the case may be. And then there was another episode from people out there everywhere in the community just calling in and talking about their favorite things about the 30th and just 30 years of Jurassic. So if you did not get a chance to listen to those, please go listen to them. You can find them on any of your podcasting platforms out there. So please go check those out. But yeah, like I said, we've been doing a lot of live streaming over the past month and some videos here and there, not really a lot of actual videos, like edited content and stuff, but I have been putting out a bunch of shorts, so definitely go check out those on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, wherever you want to watch those. But yeah, it's been kind of interesting over the past month for Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary, and we have a lot to say about that in this episode. So why don't we go ahead and get this episode kicked off with another iteration of the Jurassic Wire. Woo! I just went off and just started talking for a while. None of that was planned. So hopefully that looks good. I mean, I didn't really, I don't think I really needed to edit anything there. Some reason when I do these live, I feel like I can hone in better and just do it. I probably waste the same amount of time, like just sitting here talking out loud to nobody. But I feel like I get through them a lot easier than I would if I just sat here and critiqued myself and think about it over and over again. So yeah, it's pretty good. I think I got through that first part, so that's good. Let me go ahead and scroll to the end here because there's way too much stuff on my screen. And I'm going to go ahead and just record the outro since we're in the recording mood. I think I covered everything. It's always so hard when you haven't recorded for a while to remember if you covered everything you needed to cover, if that was it, if that was everything that needs to be talked about. And I know, I do a lot of plugging and talking about things. I didn't even talk about all the other podcasting stuff and everything. So I wanted to really focus on Victoria's YouTube channel there. So hopefully that was, enough coverage, but not enough for people to be like, stop plugging stuff. But, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and record the outro here. I just want to check something real quick. All right, let's do this outro, 355th episode. Thank you so much for listening to the 355th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. A huge thank you goes out to Aaron for, as always, joining me on this bi-monthly look at Jurassic. And, whether some of these topics are repeat topics or late in the conversation or whatever, I just like to get Aaron's opinion and see where he stands on a lot of these things. I know I talk about them a lot on my live streams and things like that, but it is always good to get a different perspective and see what somebody else is feeling about these topics. So it's always good to hear what Aaron has to say. So thank you so much to Aaron for joining me once again. And, maybe we'll try to see what else we can work up with the Jurassic Wire. We did talk about that towards the end, I think, of the episode, where we're like, does the wire need to exist? Is it going to change in any kind of way? Does it make sense to do this every other month? We'll see. We're going to analyze that, and that the other word, whatever I was saying, didn't really make sense. We're going to analyze that. Maybe I should scrap that whole thing. Let's see. All right, let's go back. I wasn't really feeling that whole part. So everything I just said about doing great of way, it doesn't make sense to do this every other month. We'll see. We're gonna analyze that, and see, that's where I messed up right there. All right, let me move this bit thing here so I can change in any kind of way. Does the wire need to exist? Is it going to change in any kind of way? It doesn't make sense to do this every other month. We'll see. We're gonna analogize. What was I going to even say? Analogize. Let's go back. I got to find a good edit spot here. So it's always good to hear what Aaron has to say. As feeling about these topics, things like that. But it is always. I'm just going to go ahead and just redo that whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and try to do that whole part again, because I didn't really like that. So let's go ahead and do it again. See, this is what I was talking about, is like, I'm like, scratch that. Let's just do the whole thing. And then usually, like, I'll do pretty good, but then I'll start to just slowly taper off. And then I'm like, I got to keep doing this over and over again until I get it right. All right, here we go. Thank you so much for listening to the 355th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. A huge thank you to Aaron for once again joining me here on the Jurassic Wire to talk about all of the latest conversation pieces in the community. And I always love getting Aaron's opinion, because I get a chance to talk about this stuff so often, whether it's on the podcast on my own or talking on social media with a ton of people. As you heard, Aaron doesn't really use social media a lot. And of course, so in the live streams and such, I get a chance to talk about a lot of these topics often. So it's good to get Aaron's perspective. And it's certainly, we're like constantly butting heads and seeing things differently. And I really like that approach. And I think that's a good approach for the community, which right now certainly feels interesting, right? I feel like the community feels like it's in an interesting spot right now. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of people just wondering what's next. People maybe are feeling angry. I don't even know. There's a lot going on out in the community right now. So it's interesting to kind of approach it from a way where we can have these nice conversations, talk about things, and get to the bottom of maybe what's going on, or not answer anything at all. It's pretty interesting, but very much a huge thank you to Aaron for joining me once again, and we'll catch you next time with another installment of the Jurassic Wire. Like I said, that's probably coming in September, or if we decide to change things up, who knows? We might go a different route. Maybe we'll send this over to live stream only. Maybe we'll change the format a little bit, because we don't want it to seem redundant, but we want to get the information out there, of course. So let us know. What do you think about the Jurassic Wire? Do you want to see it continue as is, or do you want to see it change? Do you want to see it go to streaming? Let us know. We'll be sure to include everybody's thoughts and feelings into our choices here. So we'll catch you next time with another Jurassic Wire. But thank you so much to each and every one of you for listening to this episode. Stay safe, Be kind to each and every one that you come into contact with. Let's continue to fight for representation, change, and equality in the Jurassic franchise, but more importantly, outside of it, in the real world. Let's continue to make this world a better place for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and hand things off to myself for the outro. Take it away. That was better. It was a little rambly, but I definitely feel like I got the point across a little bit better this time. See, sometimes you're just like, well, yeah, it's a little rambly, but that's it. That's what it's gonna be. And I really like I'm not too critical. Like I'll try to fix things if I can and try to hone it a little bit, but I'm not. I stopped being like super critical about how everything sounds, and hopefully that's not like a detriment or anything. I don't think it is, but I hope it adds like a bit of it kind of normalizes a little bit and doesn't make it so produced and over the top and I don't know, like performance based or anything like that. It's just me being natural and just kind of giving you some information and talking about things. All right, so let's go ahead and bring some of this audio to the front. And of course, I'm not going to play a lot of it because it'll get YouTube copyright strikes and stuff like that. But we do have this intro. And this is where we're going to go, probably right here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to... There we go. And welcome to the 355th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. And I didn't need to edit anything in here, so... film and Hollywood news and conversation. I'll go ahead and muted the wrong one. I'll just stay tuned for all of that stuff, and we hope you like everything that we feature in the latest iteration of the Jurassic Wire. As always, all debates and conversations in this segment, everything that we will be discussing. Now, that was maybe a little close. Stay tuned to the beginning of the segment to hear everything that we will be discussing. Now, before we get started, I'd like to take care of some quick business. If you did not get a chance or did not see it, and talk about the very obvious thing, I've gotten to get like a decent eye for the audio waveforms over the years, so that I can basically kind of skim through and see if there's any issues. Like I said, I'm not too particular about it, so I'm sure stuff gets through from time to time, but it's no big deal. And this is the track Journey to the Island. We're going to extend that just a little bit, and then what is going on here? So that was an ending before, so I don't know what happened there, but let's go. I'm doing the automation, so what you see with this yellow line, when it's grayed out like that, you'll see this yellow line. That's changing the level of every one of you. So thank you so much for helping out over on our YouTube channel. And speaking of that YouTube channel, over the course of the last few weeks, like I tried to normalize the volume because some parts of the songs are louder, some parts are quieter. So I try to adjust everything accordingly. 30th anniversary episodes, one featuring some people you may know from the community that host things or run websites or whatever the case may be. And then there was another episode from people out there. It's probably too quiet though. They're everywhere in the community, just calling in and talking about their favorite things about the 30th anniversary, and we have a lot to say about that in this episode. So why don't we go ahead and get this episode kicked off with another iteration. And I usually like to peek it a little bit, get close to the top here. This episode kicked off with another iteration of the Jurassic Wire. Oh, that was such a nice little edit point, right? When you're able to finish up a phrase when the music goes do 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 do, like that's just a beautiful little moment there. There's always like little things that happen like that I'm like, oh, that was not purposeful whatsoever, but that worked out really well. Oops. And then it just depends, like, how long do you want to keep it going? And I think that's probably an appropriate amount right there. So now we'll just go ahead and clip off that ending there so we don't have any extra stuff going on here. And we need the Jurassic Wire intro. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe I mix these a little too loud or a little too hot, but sometimes these things can be a little loud. So we'll have that get there. So let's go ahead and lower that just a little bit. Maybe a little too early. Let's cut it down a little bit. And here we go with the wire.
The debate over Isla Nublar.
All right, but we actually have to cut out me talking at the beginning of the wire. It's kind of annoying. For some reason I have like the live streaming software like in front of my editing software, and it won't go away. And I don't want to move everything because I have it all set up for how I usually have it. So I got to figure that out for another time. But kind of in front of the conversation that I'm editing. But let's see. Sometimes we talk about stuff in the beginning. I know in this episode, I actually did I started recording the intro to The Wire, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting feedback on my side, so I got to cut it short. And then I redid it, like you heard before. All right, let's do that again. Sorry. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to... There you go. See, that was me restarting. Well, and then giving a clap. I don't know why I clapped. Welcome, everybody, to the Jurassic Wire. Yep. Should I include the clap or get rid of the clap? That's an interesting question. Let's cut that there, get rid of this, and then we're going to go ahead and drag this a little bit forward because the wire overlaps, like the start of my conversation overlaps with, and I don't know why, but this is saved really low, so every time it's always wrong at the wrong level, but they overlap a little bit, so...
Roger that. Air 1, clear for takeoff. Begin tracking.
Go.
Tracking on.
Welcome. And I usually do it when the wire starts to swing from Jurassic Park, because I edited that wire into this Fallen Kingdom part. Welcome, everybody, to the Jurassic Wire. I am Brad Joes, my perfect. That sounded great right there. So that works, and then it just slowly, welcome everybody
away.
To the Jurassic Wire. I am Brad Joes, my co-anchor for this program is none other than Aaron Beyer. And the Jurassic Wire, if you don't know, is a segment here on the Jurassic Park Podcast where we discuss all of the latest news on the Jurassic saga, and of course, all of the latest discussion in the Jurassic community. And today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Jake. Welcome you in. How you doing, dude? And this is your chance to get like a slight preview for the episode that's going to come out.
Same thing. I was like, dude, this feels like it's been forever. But,
and by the way, in the beginning of this episode, we probably talked for 35 minutes or so about DC, and we talked about like other films and Indiana Jones. We talked about all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty interesting. Something here. And I like I said before, I did cut some things quickly just to ease the process here. We had put up an article quickly, and I know the tickets like went out already, so it was for like this. Oh, that's just me. I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, Aaron, sorry, it's really tiny. Yeah, this is the part I did not cut. Where do I find the iPad? I don't know what happened. So when I was recording I guess my streaming software did not change, or it was like changed from what it should have been, and it was supposed to have the iPad in, but it didn't have the iPad in, and then I was like scrambling around trying to figure it out on the fly because we do record the video too. So yeah,
You broke it, man.
I gotta edit. I gotta cut that out, and then hopefully this can seamlessly. Let's article quickly, and I know the tickets like went out already, so they did just kind of announce this just the other day. That works fine. That's fine. It is what it is. All right, and then I know I did another cut here. Something else I think happened influential to the sequels, so that's been awesome. That's been awesome. And he's been in more movies than almost everybody. So that's really cool. Movies than almost everybody. So that's really cool.
It seems unfortunate, especially like it wasn't like he was a huge actor.
Yeah, there we go. That was a pretty good cut right there. That worked well. And I don't think there was really anything else that I needed to cut. I don't think. Hopefully not. Except for the end. I guess I got to probably trim the end of it. Looking quickly here. What is this? So when you watch like the live stream, and let's see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, it's fine. Here's the live stream. So look at, it's very minimal. It's not the same. At the Razor Crest, and it's like 28,000 backers with a target of 6,000. It's like, what? That's a lot of people.
This is clearly a misjudgment on some
obviously talking about the crowdfund, and we weren't like being negative about the crowdfund, but well, kind of. We were kind of being negative about how it was put together and everything, but the items itself we thought were awesome. What's up, Carl? How's it going? All right, so let's bring everything. Let's bring everything up here. And let me just actually see how this ended. Look for us if you can. If not, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, everybody.
See everyone.
These episodes, we anytime I end a podcast, I never know what to say. So that's another one of those. Let's see how this ends. Look for us if you can. If not, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, everybody.
See everyone.
Yeah, that works. That's good enough. Probably a little loud, but we'll fix that. So we'll go ahead and just throw some dots in there so we can go ahead and lower this. I'd like to just kind of ease the music gap in. That we're experiencing now is part of that, giving it time to vibe with the kids, Vibe with the kids. What was I
think
talking about? What is
Jurassic that has... I think a Jurassic that has ongoing content is a healthy Jurassic no matter what. I wish there was...
Is your Twitter account alive?
No,
But, look for us if you can. If not, bomb. See you in the next episode. Thanks, everybody.
See everyone.
All right, that works for an ending right there. Nice little crescendo at the end. And then we have the outro. And then we're almost set here. We're almost done. Clear my throat. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just throw this over here a little bit closer. So we're probably looking at just under 2 hours and 40 minutes of an episode. So let's put this right here so we get that. Boom. Perfect. Nice. Let me go ahead because this is a little low. Now let's go ahead and move this up. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. I think maybe a little bit earlier. Thank you so much for listening. All right, that sounds cool. And did I need to edit anything in this? I don't think so. But listening to the 355th lot, kind of which right now, certainly in September, or we'll catch you next time with another Jurassic Wire. Things off to myself for the outro. Take it away. All right, so that's good there, and then we'll go ahead and just see what the audio is like here. We're almost close, so let's go ahead and for the outro. Take it away. I'm actually not going to dip that down. Things off to myself for the outro. Take it away. And then we're going to just go ahead and dip this down. I don't know how long it is. Probably something like that. We'll see. I think it's somewhere around there. And then here is the pre-recorded outro that I always add to the episode. Surprise, surprise. And because I switch tracks, I go from a Fallen Kingdom track into Lost World track to finish the episode out always. Bro, take it away.
Saddle up, let's get this movable.
And look at that, I did a pretty good job. Get away.
Saddle up, let's get this movable feast underway.
Be sure to give us a follow. There we go, nice, that sounds good. And let's just go ahead and take a quick look at this episode, because that should be about it. I like to just give it a quick once over, see how everything looks. Automation looks good. The volumes check out. Of this, next live stream, but that means you'd have to do it more often. So September, is that when the next one's supposed to be?
Jurassic Wire.
Well, you'll find it not be able to read more than 600 perspective, and it's certainly because we don't. All right, I think that's probably good. So let's go ahead and end that there, and I think we're going to call it a day on this episode here. I think that's probably everything I need to do. Nice and simple, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me just make sure that this lines up correctly. Oh, wait, that was not right. Good thing I double checked because the ending is there. But that is it. So that's all. That's everything we got. So that is the editing process there for 55. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. I do it kind of sporadically, so you have to keep your eyes peeled on Sunday nights, Saturdays, sometime, Monday even. When I get to do these, and they happen less often than I'd like to, but this is fun, and I'm gonna try to do them more often, but we'll see. So we'll see when the next episode is. I'm not really sure what the plan is. I'm kind of taking it chill, like a chill approach to releasing everything recently. So you'll definitely find us on the live streams and everything, of course, as always. So if you want to check out everything, please. I didn't want to go over it. We're just still here. I don't know why that changed. But find us on Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod and at Jurassic Park Podcast over on Instagram. Who cares about Facebook? Whatever. On TikTok, you can listen to the podcast wherever podcasts are found. So please go check that out wherever you can. I would really, really appreciate that. But yeah. That's about it, I think, for this episode. I am at Brad Jost on Twitter. You can find my stuff on YouTube or TikTok, wherever just search for my name. You'll probably find it there. And as always, tune into our live streams every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about all the latest Jurassic news out here in a much more, professional approach. This is much more laid back. But thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay kind, be cool out there, and as always, enjoy.